Hello everybody and welcome to Igor's Japanese Language Dojo, the BLITZ series, in which I cover a single unit of Japanese grammar in record time. Today that unit will be the construction of verb plus the noun Tokoro, which has three different usages, all of them very flexible and very practical. So without further ado, let's see them in action. However, before we proceed to our examples, first we must learn what are the three uses of the construction verb plus Tokoro. Well, if we add Tokoro to the plain form of the verb, or more popularly known under the name of the dictionary form, we will get something that is equivalent to the English of being about to do something or about to do something. And our example below shows that perfectly. Watashi wa tegami o kaku tokoro desu. I am about to write a letter. So we have gotten this meaning by simply attaching Tokoro to the dictionary form of the verb to write, and that is kaku. However, if we attach it to the continuous form of the verbs, or more popularly known the teiru form, we will get something that is equivalent to the English of being in the middle of doing something. And once again, our example perfectly illustrates that. Watashi wa tegami o kaiteiru tokoro desu. I am in the middle of writing a letter. And finally, our third use of the verb plus Tokoro construction is illustrated in our example, where we have attached Tokoro to the past form of the verb, and that is equivalent to the English of having just done something. And let's see our example. Watashi wa tegami o kaita Tokoro desu. I have just written a letter. So the most important thing here to remember is to always keep in mind the verb form to which you want to attach Tokoro, because as you can see here, all of those three have different meanings. So always keep that in mind. But to help you in doing that, we will see a number of examples in our next video section that is dedicated to the example sentences. So let's see the examples of this construction when we are using the noun Tokoro in conjunction with one of the three verb forms that we have covered in our previous video section. So if we use Tokoro with the plain form of the verb, then we will get something that is equivalent to the English of being about to do something. And this is perfectly illustrated in our first sentence that goes as follows. Watashi wa Kobayashi-san ni denwa suru tokoro desu. I am about to phone Mr. Kobayashi. As you can see here, we have only added Tokoro to the plain form of the verb suru, meaning to do, and we have gotten this meaning without any problems. However, if you want to get the meaning of being in the middle of something, you need to attach Tokoro to the continuous form of the verb, or more popularly known under the name of the teiru form. And our second example shows this. Atarashi shousetsu o kaiteiru tokoro desu. I am in the middle of writing a new novel. And finally, our third example shows us how we can get the meaning of I have just done something, and we can get that by attaching Tokoro to the past form of the verb. And our third example once again illustrates this perfectly. Tomodachi ni tsumi o okutta tokoro desu. I have just sent a package to my friend. As you can see from these three examples, they show all the basic and the most important concepts that you need to know about Tokoro in order to use it correctly. However, if you want to try something more complicated, or if you want to see Tokoro being used in a complex sentence, you can see that in action in our fourth example, where I have used Tokoro as a conjunction, essentially connecting two different clauses in a single sentence. So that example goes as follows. Souji o oeta tokoro ni kaimono o shii ni ikimashita. Right after I have finished cleaning, I went shopping. Here you can see that I have underlined the particle ni, with which I have created a temporal relationship between the two clauses in the sentence, thereby saying basically that first the cleaning must be done in order for the shopping to be performed. Now you can see this being taken even further in our final example that goes as follows. Bando ga enso shite iru tokoro ga enge kan no motto mo chikai koen de mo kikoeru. You can hear the band playing even in the park closest to the music hall. You can see here that I have used the Tokoro construction of being attached to the verb form as a big noun, and I have tagged it as ga, because here everything that precedes ga is one big noun, and we are saying that we can practically hear that from a certain place, and that is the closest park to the music hall. So in short, you have here everything that you need to know about Tokoro in order to use it independently. So I suggest practicing it by going all over all of these examples by yourselves, or maybe creating several examples of your own. So always remember to be cautious when you are attaching Tokoro, and always keep in mind that if you attach Tokoro to the plain form, you will get the meaning of being about to do something. If you attach it to the continuous form, then you will get the meaning of being in the middle of a certain action. But if you attach it to the ta form of the verb, then you will get the meaning of having done something. Now let's deal the finishing blow to our lesson today about the verb form plus Tokoro construction. Now we have learned that this construction gives a temporal description to the verb to which it is attached, or more precisely, it tells us when the action of the verb shall be executed. We have also learned that Tokoro has three different uses depending on the form to which it is attached. If we attach it to the plain form, then we will get the meaning of being about to do something. However, if we attach it to the continuous form, then we will get the meaning of being in the middle of doing something. And finally, when we attach it to the past form, then we will get the meaning of having just finished doing something. So all of these things are, let's say, really the most important things that you need to remember about Tokoro when attaching it to one of these three different verb forms. Otsukare-sama deshita, my dear Shokun. Thank you for watching this video in my BLITZ series that dealt with a construction that is really flexible and really useful. I hope that you will have learned something today, or if you already have known something about Tokoro when being used with verb forms but had some questions or doubts, I really do hope that this video helped you solve them and that now you can use it with even more confidence. So, as always, I thank you for watching and I hope to see you again in the dojo next time. Sayonara!